I believe Kenya, we are in one of the most interesting times, especially these by-elections that are going on, and we have a lot to look at the politics that's going on in our country right now. So these by-elections are very interesting, and one of the most interesting by-election we're going to look at is the Malava by-election. You might think the by-elections in Malava about the people who are going to represent the people on the ballot, but no, we are getting very funny players in that seat. We are going to see, of course, there are two camps. There are two camps in the Malava constituency seat by election. The DAP camp and the UDA camp, and we are seeing somebody like Senator Khalwale and FAROUK Kibet coming head to head. So for this video, that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the rivalry between Boni Khalwale and FAROUK Kibet. We're having a very interesting rivalry there. So I invite you to this video. My name is Hopkins Keboy Malova, and this is the Hopkins Experience. So one of the things we're going to look at is this by-election. They are very interesting by-elections, especially in western area, western region of the political side, whereby UDA during the last election, UDA had a very huge support from that side. So at this point, UDA's influence is dwindling. So we have seen even the president's personal assistant getting out to campaign. So we'll discuss the Malava constituency seat by election much deeper. But for now, let's look at Khalwale and FAROUK Kibet, the rivalry that's brewing up. And I have two videos that we'll discuss in this video. So let's start with the FAROUK one. It's interesting. We can see the words they're using, what they're talking about. So let's find the first one and see how it's going.
Wataka Barasa Khalwale aende ama asiende? Khalwale amezoea upinzani ya upusi. Yeye ameenda huko Senate badala kujenga Malava hapa amewacha kujenga. Huyo ni mtu yake kweli? Anakuja kuambia Waluya hoye tumenyanyaswa, anatembea na bendera na askari 10. Si mumeona huyo mtu? Amekuja hapa Malava hafanyi chochote. Anakuja kudanganya. Mimi naambia Malava ngo. Hebu elezeni yeye Malava? Wanahubira wina? Mnahubira wina? Mundu uli abula maana, abula maendeleo tawe. No mundu amkadire Soita Shitanda. Simama nyamurio. Alimudanganya Soita Shitanda ati akue governor, yeye akue senator.
So first of all, there's FAROUK mastery. He's talking. He's a Kalenjin, but you can see he has some mastery of the Luya language. I think that's Kabras, not to be. I don't know if I'm correct or wrong, but that's a Kabras language. But he's speaking a Luya language in the Luya land, and it's instructing and attacking Khalwale in Luya. So it's interesting to see Kibet camp in Malava, and he has said he's camping in Malava until the seat is delivered to UDA. And when you see the president's personal assistant getting out there to campaign fully, FAROUK doesn't have any position in UDA or in the country. He's only the personal assistant to the president. So when you see him get out of his role as a personal assistant and get there campaigning in full campaign mode and even attacking Khalwale, tells you that he's a very influential figure. And this is the soul of the president. So when he speaks for the president. He's campaigning in Western as the president. Yeah, and the way he speaks as somebody who has that power, and the president has given him that power. So he's not just speaking out of nowhere. He has been given the authority and the go-ahead by the president to speak. So when he speaks for the president. So that's when you watching this video by FAROUK Kibet, watch it with the intention that he has been sent. So he's speaking as the president.
Kimaliza uongozi ikuje kwa Waluya. Yule Khalwale anasema uongozi isikuje kwa Waluya. Nyinyi mnatapenda namna hiyo? Mtamwambia aende ama akuja hapa? Huyo mtu ako na uzoefu mbaya ya siasa. Na akikuja hapa mtasikia vitu anasema, anajiita mimi ndio Khalwale. Kwani watu wajui wewe ni Khalwale? Watu wakupiga kura wakijua ni wewe? Anakuja anatusi mimi pale ati napanga. Mimi napanga Waluya wawe na serikali. Kama kupigia Waluya kura ni makosa, basi mwambie FAROUK atatupigia kura tuchukue utawala ya Kenya. Hiyo ni sawa si sawa? Na nyinyi mjitokeze muambie huyo mtu awache kisirani. Mnajua yeye ako na kisirani tangu 1960 something ako kwa si.
So if you look at this speech by FAROUK Kibet, it's a panic speech by the UDA, because there's no way you can talk like that as it's now it's becoming FAROUK Kibet versus Khalwale. Nobody's even talking about Ndakwa, who is the UDA candidate. Nobody's talking about Seth Panako. He's not even trying to rival Panyako, who wants to come in as a DAP, DAP-K or DAP-K candidate. He's talking about Khalwale. And to make matters worse, Khalwale is part of the UDA, is the chief majority whip at the Senate. So it makes it funny. Khalwale is being attacked by the government that he serves. At the same time, Khalwale is campaigning for DAP-K candidate. We'll get to Khalwale's clip and response later. But if we can handle this clip by FAROUK Kibet by now, it shows the amount of panic in UDA camp, and we have seen in other elections, in other by-elections that are coming up, including Baringo, which is also another interesting race to watch, and I will also discuss on this channel. But you can see there is some sort of panic that is setting in among the UDA, because the Western chunk is out. It seems like the Western people or the Western region, politically, they're trying to chart their own path. And the fact that we have Khalwale campaigning for Panyako, who is vying for under DAP-K, and DAP-K has a party, has been coined as a party for the people from Western Kenya. So there is the party that is really fighting for its life here is UDA, yeah, because the late Njendi was a UDA member, so they have a lot to lose in this party. They have to prove that they are strong and not unpopular as people believe. So from that clip, you can see the attacks going directly to Khalwale and not even to the Seth Panako. So let's look at the clip by Khalwale, who is responding.
Mtu wa mkono wa rais FAROUK Kibet anasunguka Malala Jumamosi, Jumapili, kila siku, mchana, usiku. Walia muone. Huyo asunguki hapa kwa sababu anatupenda. Anasunguka hapa kwa sababu wameingiza baridi vile sisi tulipatia rais kura, na rais kazi yake bado kuonekana. Wako na wasiwasi kwa sababu wanametea mate kiti ya Malava ya marehemu Mheshimiwa Malulu Njendi. FAROUK, sikia vizuri sana, kiti ya Malulu Njendi, Mungu ndiye alisema ndugu yetu alale. Hatuna furaha kwamba tulipoteza mheshimiwa. So bado tunatafakari. Hawa watoto wote wenye naona wanatembea, tunakutana wakienda huko wakitoka huko, wenye wanatafuta kiti ya MP ya Malava, wote ni watoto wetu. It doesn't matter who wins, because atakuwa mwana mkabarasi. Kweli uongo? Kwa hivyo we don't need an outsider to be running up and down like a night runner kutukumbusha pigia kura ama.
So that is Khalwale's response, or Khalwale's clip responding to FAROUK Kibet, and he's labeling FAROUK Kibet as an outsider. But And for instance, in Western politics, Farouk is an outsider, because if you can see, the Western wing of politics are getting together in, and they're taking one of their own to champion for them. As you can see, the group of Eugene Wamalwa, the group of Khalwale, who seems to be joining DAPK, and Natembea, they have been making rounds, trying to seal their grounds in Western Kenya, and Farouk is trying to see that UDA maintains its seat and influence in Western Kenya. So it seems like for UDA this is a do or die election, by election, and it's coming in to try to prove that UDA is unpopular. However, I believe UDA is really going to struggle in these areas, despite the youth crowd, despite the what, and UDA is spending a lot of money and resources to see that the Malava seat is delivered to them. It goes to their favor, and Dakwa wins it. So, and it's also an interesting race, because if you look keenly, when they were doing the nominations, the son to the late Malulu Injendi lost to Ndakwa. And at that point, the son to that son, who's also known as Injendi, was being backed by the state and the president and the UDA party. They wanted him to win, but he was floored by Ndakwa. So people voted Injendi's son out in the UDA nominations. So it seems that like UDA lost its nomination to a second person, Ndakwa, who they were not really backing him. Yeah. So having those dynamics in mind, it tells you that Western is going to be a battleground between these two in November 2020, in November 2027, I think, November 27th, by elections. And it will be interesting to see how things have shifted, how Kenyans have taken the UDA administration over this few over these 2 years, because we've never had a by-election before. So it's like a scorecard for UDA. They have to see, are they going to win these seats or not? Are the people by their side or not? So it's going to be very interesting to watch what will happen in this by-elections. And in Western, will Farouk Kibet manage to take to give UDA this seat, because it's becoming a UDA versus DAPK fight for the Western vote. So on my side, I don't know. I feel that Seth Panyako is doing much better, and he might really win this seat, not because of anything, because of the unpopularity of the UDA party, the involvement of Farouk into this election and this by-election, and the campaign trail tells you that the state is really in a panic. Yeah, and it's also a baggage to the people, because Farouk does not hold any position in the UDA party or in the country. He doesn't have any position for him to come and campaign for someone, and also seem to speak strongly, like he's speaking like a president, somebody who's with a position, not only a personal assistant. So there is a worry inside there. And why is the president not even coming out strongly to come and support the candidate in Malava? So there's something we'd see, or we'll also be seeing how DAPK has positioned itself to take the influence of Western politics. How, because it seems like a very new party, and Western has not had a strong party that they would take it, they would use as to bargain for political power. If you look, they've been using ODM. So at some point we've seen Jubilee even take seats there. We've seen some sections like Bungoma having Ford Kenya, was it Ford by Otangula. So So it is a region that has really fragmented politically, and any party can easily come there. So it should be interesting to see how DAP-K has positioned itself in this in this election. So the question still remains: this rivalry between Khalwale and FAROUK, will it destroy the unity of the UDA influence and unity in Western Kenya, or will it remind the party that power without humility means nothing? Because you can say there is no humility in this party. It's a party of bragging and forcing things and using a lot of money to influence the outcome. So because at the end of the day, when these rivalries are in there, the people who get hurt a lot are the people. Then and the people who want to get this who want to get the leaders in. So it will be interesting to see, and also to see the outcome. What do the people think? So the expression of the people will be seen at the ballot by 27th of November next month. So we'll end our video there. If you liked this video, this political analysis, please subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share with those who you feel might learn something or be interested in such videos. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? Who do you think truly represents the people of Malava? Is it Khalwale who is talking? Because it's either Khalwale or FAROUK and Camp, either of the two. Who do you think are going to win, to emerge the winners? So tell me in the comment section. I'll be reading them as you do. Thank you.